Can you believe that the L5P is almost 10? That truck is as old as I think the LBZ is, which are almost 20. I'm getting old. Introduced in 2017, the L5P was a crank-to-turbo redesign of the 6.6 Duramax. The only parts that it really shared was the displacement. And it was really exciting for people because they were curious how this new truck was going to hold up. It shared the same Allison 1000 as before, so we knew the transmission was going to be reliable, but of course it was following up an engine that sometimes had its own problems. Spontaneous custom two-piece crankshafts, a glitter bomb in your fuel system with an unknown release date, a TCM controller that would randomly optimize the gear park, and near 6-liter head gasket replacement rates means the L5P wasn't really following up a great motor. Things we covered in our LML buyer's guide here. And as a total credit to the GM engineers, none of those problems have followed up in this generation truck. The L5P probably rivals the 6.7 Power Stroke for the least number of head gaskets we ever perform. The transmission control module stays reliable, and they've got an entirely new high-pressure fuel system that doesn't have any of the problems of that CP4. They really did a good job solving all of those problems, but that doesn't mean there aren't a couple left in here that we'll talk about once we get to the shop. One of those problems actually left this exact truck stranded 3 states away when we were down there for a truck show, so we know it well. When you're behind the wheel of these trucks, man, they did a really good job. That trans shift's awesome. The truck makes a great noise, especially when it's got an exhaust like this one does. It's just a nice place to be. And because there's so few things that actually go wrong on these, and most of them are pretty apparent when they're doing so, drive it, get it up to temperature, make sure it shifts through all the gears, check the service history to make sure it's been done properly, and pick the specs and the mileage and the price that you want. There's not that much to check for behind the wheel. Just, is it driving well? Perfect. Take it to a mechanic to get it checked over if you still want that peace of mind, but for the most part, they're pretty good trucks and they make a pretty nice power. And there's quite a lot of reasons why you'd want to buy a Duramax like this now. Coming out of warranty, you can really start playing with them without worrying about having to go back to the GM dealership to see if it's approved. You can start doing things like throwing tunes on it and seeing what kind of power you can make, which is a lot, by the way. And you can start having a lot more fun. There's even those like hard cut limiter tunes, which just sound fantastic. And tuning them has gotten easier than it used to be because there's now the Easy Link availability for these generation L5Ps. You just plug it in, stick the tune that you want on it, start cruising. These things do make quite a bit of power. It's fun. 445 horsepower when they were new, 910 foot-pounds of torque. Gail Banks has a whole video series about making 1,000 horsepower on a completely unopened L5P. Durable and tunable engines. They're pretty fun. Probably the 2 most common things you're going to see on this truck is a plugged map sensor, which gets sooted up on the intake there. And what you can do to fix that is there's a spacer, which stops it from getting incorrect readings. That happens over time, and it's this sensor right here, and it's literally just a spacer to set it back so that it stops happening. The other one was the problem that left this truck stranded down in America. The injector pigtails get loose, cracked, or they come off entirely, and that causes the truck to have a misfire, but it also triggers a plethora of emissions codes for no apparent reason other than just being stupid. That gives your truck a reduced power setting, and it leaves you stranded on the side of the highway looking for a random auto parts store and then doing that fix in the parking lot. So if you have one of these trucks, maybe get it checked every couple oil changes, make sure all the connectors are still good. There's also repair kits you can get to just put in proactively. And if you're having one of these trucks inspected, see if they can get them to look at the injector pigtails. That's the 2 common problems on these trucks that you'll see the most. Other than that, they're pretty simple, apart from some emissions problems, but I'm not sure we're allowed to talk about that. After that, it's kind of standard Duramax problems. They've got independent front suspension, which makes them drive really nicely, but you have higher wear components on the front. Ball joints, tie rods, even wheel bearings are quite common on these trucks, but you can get all of those upgraded through like a kryptonite front end kit. The ultimate front end kit is awesome for these. So make sure when you're getting it checked out, you look at the front end, make sure there's no play, and just see if there's anything out of line there. It's not that big of a deal. If you find something, just work it into the price and barter with the guy to make sure you can replace it after. Overall, there's not that much to say about L5Ps. They are really solid trucks. They drive nicely, they make great power, they're totally tunable. Later 10-speed trucks have a couple of issues, so make sure it shifts well if you're looking at one of those. It's hard to say much wrong about these things. They're really great trucks. If you're curious as to why we bought this truck instead of just borrowed it from a customer to make this video, well, like I said at the beginning of the video, we're gonna send it over to our manufacturing department. We're gonna do exactly like we did with the 4th gen Cummins, where we're gonna blow it apart and we're gonna test fit parts that are all made here in Canada, designed by people here in Canada. We're gonna create a whole new lineup of dirty parts for the L5P, and we're gonna release them in a little bit. So the next time you'll see this truck is in a video where I'm gonna be following up, talking about everything we've changed under the hood. If you're interested in that, stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you there.